Welcome to Botches Off-Road. Join us as we talk about everything from gear reviews to trail stories, tent camping to rock landing, and all things to do with the outdoors. We don't necessarily have a topic today, but we were bullshitting in the half hour and realized whatever we were bullshitting about made a good topic. So
yeah. Let's it was more like hey, all the shit we're talking about, why don't we just move this over and actually
Yeah.
So what we were talking about is, since this will come out later, was reorganization of our back end, things that we back end as in like our pack out / kitchen area,
camp gear essentials.
We started talking about like Gerber, how they offer a military discount, which kind of sold me on the complete like kitchen set. So that's kind of where we were at the time.
So,
and I guess we're just gonna run a continuation of that stuff.
So on that whole thing, so while I was looking at what Gerber offers, they've got a Stakeout Spark Gerber multi-tool for like $72.99 that is absolutely freaking sick, dude. Like I might buy one of these.
Yeah.
It's got a hook for like clipping to my vest or my shirt or whatever. And then it's got a hook for pulling a tent line tight. And then it's got a fire starter built in. Like, this thing is really, really cool.
I will say, like, the hook for pulling a tent line taut, where does that, like, in our everyday, this isn't a dig or anything, but like, where do you use that every day to where that makes sense?
I would only use that when camping.
I was about to say, there's a system I keep seeing on Instagram.
I mean, while camping.
Want to do.
Oh, while camping? So, depending on the type of tent you have, so our military tents have the type of stakes that you can tighten that way.
Yeah.
The green one could if we did a little bit of work. It just makes guide wires way better and way tighter.
Then, like, by hand?
Right. So, a tent that most people would say isn't good in the wind, if you use a guide wire install tool like that, you can make a quote-unquote crappy wind tent way better. Like, actually usable in high wind.
Yeah.
That's how I made the big tent last in 50-mile-an-hour winds.
I'm dying. Save me. Sorry. I probably didn't even block out all my cough when I tried to mute it.
I didn't hear
it. You did good.
I just heard you probably come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it hurts.
I would use the hell out of this thing camping, though. I mean, it's sick.
Yeah, they have a Gerber Leatherman has something. I think it's called the Skeletal. It's pretty similar in that. But I'm looking at their, of course, because I'm a foodie, as people could see if they've ever seen me. I like food. And I like camp cooking. I like cooking decent food, but like, so Gerber's got a complete knife set. It's got like an actual camp chef knife, like a Perry knife, and what looks to be a bread knife, which I'd probably never use, but I guess it's just a serrated knife. But if I'm getting discounts, that wouldn't be a bad one. I think I have an old Henry, like a random cheap, I think I got it at Tractor Supply, like an old Henry sheath, like fixed blade knife that I've been using as a camp knife. And those old Henrys, boy, do those bitches come sharp out of the box. That thing could shave hair and has kept some pretty good edge retention. So that thing is sharper than the knives I have in my kitchen right now.
You know how sick it would be if Gerber would come out with... So they have the custom where you can make custom knives through Gerber. How cool would it be if you could do that with the complete cook set?
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Some kind of...
I was looking at, like, Benchmade. Benchmade's got a absolute Benchmade's stellar company, but, like, you know that it's an investment. They're expensive.
Oh yeah.
But they have a camp, like they have like a chef knife sets and stuff like that. God, are they gorgeous? But it's just not worth the $400 some or whatever that they want for a knife, for a set of them or something like that. It's crazy.
So I'm kind of sad that Gerber said that kitchenware that Gavin wants to get won't fit in our pack-out system we have currently.
Yeah, no, it won't.
You guys got to get a deeper one?
No,
like a deeper drawer?
we have to use the one that has a whole side that folds up and folds in.
Yeah.
Because it's slightly too tall. The drawers we have are 5 inches tall, and the whole system's 7.5 inches.
Ah, damn.
Yep.
Which
that is kind of a bummer, huh?
We talked about getting the locker when we did that for that reason.
Yep.
Which we might do because there's drawers we don't really use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know. The new stove filled up the bottom one pretty well.
But we could put that in
you guys got a new
locker
stove?
too.
Yes, we got a new stove. I think Alex will find the link quicker than I can, but I'm planning on actually testing it this weekend. We gotta get a propane tank.
Hey. So I got because we had no power, I actually bought a adapter for the little buddy to run a big propane tank to it. So we were using a grill tank to run our little buddy to try to heat the area, but that will probably also work on the camp stove. So now I have a hose to adapt it from, because I'm gonna end up getting the Ignik. Ignik makes I want to say it's a 5-pound tank.
Dude, but the Ignik tanks are insane for price.
Oh yeah, but if you look at a brand new tank at like Tractor Supply, it's really not, like, for the tank itself, it's not that different. I mean, the Ignik, you're paying for the cover and the hose and all that crap, but Tractor Supply, and this, I'm using that for reference because I used to work there, but like for those 5-pounders, man, those things are expensive.
I didn't realize
you're better off getting a 20-pounder.
Hey, Alex, we got that stove at a good time. The price jumped.
I see that. So I'm looking up. I'm gonna real world price match here. All right, so a 5-pound tank, a 5-pound tank at Harbor Freight at Tractor Supply is $70.
Yep.
The 5-pound Ignik is $200.
It's not.
Yep.
It's on Amazon for $129.
Oh, I'm on their website and it's $500. This is a 10-pound. This is a 10-pound. We're good.
Oh yeah. So for the Molly webbing case, for the hose, and for the Ignik bottle, it's $129.95.
It's not bad.
So $79 plus, $30-$40 for the hard zip up case and the hose. Can you do it cheaper? Probably from Tractor Supply, yes. But I do like the idea of having that case, and I'm probably mounting it to my spare wheel on the back. So having a case over that like that would be kind of nice. So
I'll send a link to it so you can look at it real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's the one we looked at Cabela's.
Okay, that's what I thought, but he said Molly attachment, so I was really confused because I didn't think that one had it.
Yeah, it's got little Molly loops. It's got webbing for it.
But it's not Molly.
Okay. Oh, I see.
No.
Yeah.
So, but I've also looking at, and I have it's about $400 total. There's a website called Bison Gear. They got a lot of cool little things in there. But what I'm looking at is they have spare tire, like mounting platforms. And they have spare tire mounts for the Ignik, which I think it has a locking strap on it. It's not like, usually you can see they're like cloth straps. This one's like a metal band. So my theory is that's going to hopefully last longer. And then they have a mounting platform to actually go on top of the wheel for like a spare carrier.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to end up doing that and the spare carrier, just so that I have a little, because I could throw. I was trying to think like what easy access items I could throw back there that would be really nice to have. And the only thing I could think of which would take some space out of my back is recovery.
Yeah.
So being able to just have a thing that flips right up.
I just remembered that the awning is here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's here.
Oh yeah, you get the awning for the weekend.
Too bad I don't have $180 to order an Ignik FireCan, and we could be living a propane life this weekend.
Yep. That's my.
That's fine. I'll go get some green canisters from Coleman. I was gonna use the one you had on the buddy heater, but that has a leak. I took it off.
Oh,
and
does
it went. I was like, quickly put it back on. I'm like, okay. The shader valve.
So that's why I couldn't. That must be why I couldn't get it to start again.
Yeah.
Because I tried to use it when I was working out in the shop the other day, and it just would not light.
Oh, sometimes they have a safety switch on them too. That sometimes if it detects like too much gas too quick, it'll hit that safety switch on it, and it takes a while for that to actually re-engage. Because I had that happen with mine too, and propane tanks I know have an actual valve for that.
I need to replace my little buddy because the self-igniter broke, so I have to light it with a lighter now.
Oh,
it's also a very old buddy heater.
I've had that thing for like 10 years. Like, it's not a young guy.
I like the little buddy heater I had. I kept us warm. You know what? I do have something for you guys. I have a 10 to 15,000 BTU top of the propane tank heater. And since you guys aren't going to be like fully like enclosed, that would work a lot better than the buddy.
In the awning for this weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would work perfectly for you guys. I got it for free because it was a customer return, broke defect. Like I just didn't know how to use it.
Yeah,
so
no,
I ended up getting that for free.
Bring it with you if you go back. If you go to work this week, bring it with you. I'll grab that from you.
If I go to work this week.
Because the awning has two sides that has air acceleration window, so I'll ventilate that real well.
Yep.
Yeah, I will be going back to work probably tomorrow, so.
Yeah, I'd like to pick up an Ignik so we can have fire in the canopy.
Yep.
Ignik.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I sent the pictures to you guys on the podcast of that. A lot of those tank holders are soft straps, so that metal one there, keep it a little bit more secure. Maybe people won't snatch it while I'm in a Walmart parking lot.
Hey, Shane might be on something with his system he's looking to do there.
I know, I like those. So like Shane just posted in our off-road podcast group chat, the Dewalt version of the drawers that they have for like Milwaukee.
No, Milwaukee doesn't have a competitor to that. So this one is a bigger version than the pack out.
Oh. Yeah.
So this is for making like a portable workstation. Yeah, they're actually kind of expensive when you realize how flimsy they are compared to Milwaukee stuff.
Because as deep as that is, that actually might have worked for what I was hoping to do for my truck. But if they're that flimsy, I don't know if I don't want to deal with that.
It's not that they're, how do I put this? They're not as good as a Milwaukee product, but they're not like unusably flimsy, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. So it's the dimensions on it are 30 by 22 by 10, and the 22 depth-wise is great. That's kind of what I need, but the 30 might be a little too wide, so I'll have to look into that. But for $299, I'm good. I'll build my own.
That's where I'm at.
You know, for that price, for the $299, like I could buy So the way that I'm looking to end up going is if I just buy the stuff that I need from from Lowe's, the couple sheets of plywood and a couple of one-buys and stuff like that I need for drawers, I am way under that $200 price mark. Way under.
And the thing is with the Dewalt kit there is Dewalt doesn't have a quick attach system like Milwaukee does, so you can't just buy a plate and then have it mount in your truck. You have to strap that down still.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, like, if I'm going to make drawers, at that point I can actually make drawers that are custom to the size and what I have, what I need them for.
Yep.
So at that point, it makes more sense, just paint them black, get them installed in there and be done with it. But I'm also looking at buying cheap Amazon drawers because I don't need them to be the sturdiest things in the world. They don't have to be, aluminum or anything like that.
Yep.
And so they make those cube shelves. And I thought about doing just a set of 4 cube shelves and then building off of that and doing drawers in the cube shelves. But just so I have a structure or a wall, super cheap. They're like $20, not 20, but they're cheap, and then I would have like a base. It's already got kind of the black sides to it and everything. And then I could kind of customize that too. I originally wanted like a cube organizer or something like that. I kind of wanted something to go the full depth. But I've now come to the realization that, so I have the Dometic, my wife's mother, so yes, my mother-in-law, she bought me the Dometic water container that goes along with their portable spout system for Christmas. So if I store my water back behind that, which would hide it away, keep my water out from being kind of right in the way of everything else, and just use that spout system for everything else. That's kind of what I'm leaning to. So I don't need something that takes the whole depth of my rear cargo area.
Okay, this is going back to an older topic, but I have a really important question. So why...
I don't want to hear it pack out.
Why is a 5-pound... I've given up on that. Why is a 5-pound propane tank $70, but a 20-pound propane tank is $57.99?
Yeah, that's what I was talking a little bit about earlier. It's just they're crazy expensive for the size. So, and maybe it comes down to the stamping and how hard they are to find, or what?
Why wouldn't you just buy the 20-pound propane tank for $57.99 and then get the vinyl 20-pound propane tank cover for $59.99? So now for $120, you've got 20 pounds of propane instead of 5.
I think my reasoning is that I can't mount a 20-pound tank on my spare wheel and have it not take up a decent amount of space and also look bulky and heavy as fuck. So, I mean, and then otherwise, I don't know where I would put the 20-pound tank. That's just taking up a lot of room. So, like, as a 5-pound, I'm not using it to heat my stuff. I'll be using a diesel heater. So that 5-pound's going to last months. Like off of 1-pounders, when I wasn't heating anything with the buddy heater, my 1-pounder cooking almost every weekend would last me months. So it's so a 5-pounder would last me much longer.
But if you're talking about getting the fire pit too, I wonder how big of a difference that's going to make.
Yeah, so that's something that we're going to have to test out. I mean, like, how much are those fire pits going to take? How fast are we going to go through them? So maybe they have something on their website on that, or on Amazon about how fast they go through propane.
Oh no,
because that would be.
Because they're selling a combo pack with a fire pit by FireCan.
Are they really? How much is
Ignik,
that?
Right?
300 and where was it? $79.90 for a 5-pound tank case and the FireCan.
That's cheaper than.
Yep, $379.
So
it's $179 just for the fucking fire pit.
Yeah.
So
and $120 for the. It's way better to do the other one.
I don't know that it is. Hold up. How much is the 5-pound fire can?
The 5-pound fire can?
The growler, whatever they call it.
The fire pit is $179.95.
Yeah, I got that one.
Oh, okay. The other one I think is $129.
Okay, so we're talking about cans and stuff. The Ignik supposedly is better camp stuff compatible than your 20-pound tank is.
Got ya. So, what comes in that combo kit that they're selling? Send me a link to that.
I will.
Because I think that's like $100 overpriced.
Probably is. Not gonna lie.
Well, the adjustable flame's nice. I do like that the Ignik fire can has an adjustable flame. It's not one setting.
Yeah.
And they do have an Ignik Elite, which is $249. And I'm interested to know what the difference is between the two.
Okay, so this 5-pound, it comes with a 5-pound growler and the fire can for $379.
Mm-hmm.
But if you buy the fire can and the growler separate, it's $309. So it's $70 more to get the combo.
Ignik, what are you doing?
This is why you look at everything.
Yeah, this is why we talk about it. It's not, and that's not the in the combo kit. That's not the Pro, right? Or the Elite. That looks kind of like the Elite.
It's the Deluxe.
Yeah, Deluxe.
That might be the difference.
Well, the Deluxe is $150 on their website.
Okay.
So let's change that to $150. And it comes out to $329.
Yeah, so you're getting a little closer.
But still, I don't know where I don't see how the two come together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so here there's a price breakdown down below. It's $129.95 for the growler, $249.95 for the fire can.
Oh, it's the Elite fire can.
Yes.
And I'm looking.
That's why I'm. Okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. Yeah, because the fire can is $249. Yeah, and that's okay. So the heat output on the regular fire can is at the most, it's lower, but it's up to 50 BTU an hour. The FireCan Deluxe is also up to 50 BTU an hour, and the FireCan Elite is over 50,000 BTU an hour. Then when you compare weights, the FireCan Original is 13.2 pounds, the FireCan Deluxe is 14, and the FireCan Elite is 11.1.
According to their website, it's 10.1.
Or I'm sorry, you're right, 10.1. They're all forest safe. The FireCan Elite is the only one with an integrated flame control knob. It's also the only one with a 5 PSI regulator.
Yeah.
It's also CSA certified. I don't even know what that means.
Fancy words.
Yeah. The difference, though, is the FireCan Deluxe actually has a fire pit plus a grill mode.
Yeah.
So you can grill on it. And it comes with a removable grill insert. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. There's some difference there. So, I guess looking at the FireCan, when you go and look at the description, I thought it said it had I thought it said something about being able to change your output.
Just the standard one?
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. I thought I read that, but maybe I was
Yeah,
looking
there's
at a
an
different
image
one.
that says integrated flame control knob for easy start and control of heat output.
Yep.
Okay, so there's got to be something on that. Maybe it's not as user friendly. I don't know. I mean, at the most, I think for the price point, the most I'd be really willing to get into this is $179 for the first one.
I mean, looking at it, I'd probably pay the 3 whatever for the combo. That's not bad.
No.
Yeah. I mean, for us poor people, it comes more down to
We're
like,
planning on buying both of them.
when do I have?
I was about to say, we're planning on buying both of them. Might as well buy them as a combo at that point.
Yeah, so for me, it comes down to like, what do I have this weekend? And if I have 179 this weekend, I'm not going to have that the next weekend.
That's where you...
So it's...
Well, that's where Afterpay comes
Yeah,
in.
Afterpay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
That's how me and Alex get a lot of our stuff through Amazon.
Yeah, me and Afterpay. I tried to use Afterpay today with Bison Gear, but Bison Gear doesn't accept Afterpay. And it's kind of a blessing in disguise because I probably really shouldn't.
You probably
have
just
done
gotta
it.
find out on Amazon.
No, yeah, but they don't make Bison Gear doesn't make that stuff. They're an EU company.
Yeah.
I think they're based out of Norway, but they have a lot of stuff that's like really nice. That we just don't have. Like, I don't see much that's comparable to it in the U.S.
What is it exactly?
So it's kind of. I'm sorry.
What is it exactly? All I hear is Bison Gear. That's about it.
Oh, it's if you look at he
it's-
sent them to the group chat.
Yeah, Bison Gear, like it's an off-road.
Oh, the racks.
Like
Yeah.
they sell racks, they sell cargo shelves, tailgate tables.
I think Victory 4x4 and a
Um,
couple other one has done similar things to what you're talking about for the spare tire.
They've done similar, yeah. The one I think the Victory 4x4 has it looks like I can't really explain it, like just regular strapping.
Yeah,
That's what
But
Bison
that's what
Gears
most of them
is.
are.
no.
Yeah, Bison Gears is a ratchet strap.
Oh, you had to go around the wheel, yes. I meant to hold the tank in.
Oh.
But like so like Bison Gear's got like a back molly panel that attaches to like my back window so that I can pop my back window and have access to like something
Yeah.
like an axe or something.
How much is that cargo basket from Bison?
For my back?
Yeah.
my rear
The
end?
one that goes over the tire.
Oh. The $64.
Oh, that's not bad.
the spare wheel tray is $126. That's the tray that goes atop of the wheel
Yeah,
for like a box.
bad.
That's $126. They actually make a really, really cool camping table. I'm gonna copy it. I'm not gonna buy this camping table, but it's $392. But it comes with the mounting accessories to mount it underneath your roof rack. So that little like 2 or 3 inches you have between your roof and your roof rack,
Mm-hmm.
it has a full like 4-foot table that you can slide in and out right under
Mark,
your roof rack.
Didn't your old rack, wasn't there that for that too?
For what exactly?
The table that went under the roof rack?
Yes, there was one. Yep, that was the one I
Yeah.
was gonna do. I had the ability. I just had to get the mounting surface for it.
Then you rolled
so
it.
I was
Yeah.
So when I get the Princey rack put on, I'm gonna look into do something like that, because that's a great way to have like a nice table that doesn't take up a bunch of space. And I'm super down on that. I can't imagine it would be that much for hardware. I would imagine it would just be some L brackets and just a way to keep the table from sliding forward or backward that I can
Right.
move. So that'll save me some space there if I choose to get rid of my roll table, but I think I might keep that and just have that and another table for like cooking and eating, since now we have a kid and I don't know. I think I kind of wish I had a more of a work surface to work on.
Mm-hmm.
But you know those plastic tables, like I don't want the 6-foot ones, but they make like a 4.5 feet one. The
Mhm.
plastic tables, they're like I just get one of those and have it mount to the underside of the roof rack with using like L brackets as like the channeling for it.
I want to get one of those and make a pocket for it underneath my pack outs so that I can pull it out and use it as a counter in the back of the 4Runner.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, when you don't have like that counter space, like the drop down table or anything, that would be really useful.
Yeah, I'm thinking have that so I can pull it out and use it when I need it, but then I can take the whole thing out and use it as a stand-up table.
Yeah. You know, Toyota really should have did what everybody else did and made some kind of built-in table to the roof, to something.
There's only very few vehicles that actually did that.
Exactly. And they were beautiful vehicles.
Yeah, Honda.
The Aztek,
Honda.
the Aztek,
Aztek, yeah.
Aztek, man. They were ahead of their
They
time.
were.
Look at
They
that
really
Tesla
were.
No,
now.
seriously?
The
Okay.
tents.
Hot take. The Aztek was like it was an overland vehicle before overland vehicles.
Yes.
Like
Beyond ugly, but it was, yeah.
it had a cooler for center console.
Yep.
It had a
Yep.
removable FM radio. I mean,
Yep.
today it'd be a Bluetooth speaker, but still.
Mhm.
It had a tent
Yep.
and a table, and I think did the chairs come out of the Aztek? There's
I
one
wanna
car
say
that
yes.
the chairs came out
I
of.
want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I think they might have.
That might have been the so there was a testing car that did that. I can't remember if the Aztek did it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did that with the Montana. Something like that. Where the chairs, or like the actual seats would come out. But, I mean, they were easy enough for, like, removable seats anyway. And for the rear, those are easy enough to pop out anyway on some of the
Right.
vehicles and just throw outside.
Especially on minivans.
Yeah, exactly. Those removable seats were the best camp chairs ever.
Dude,
I wish they made our
seriously?
driver seats like that.
Like, seriously, an Aztek is actually a good car.
Yeah.
Like, say what you want.
What are they have the 3800 in them?
I can't remember.
Not gonna,
Because that's where it would come down to, is your drivetrain.
not gonna lie, Aztek was almost my first car.
I always thought they were the ugliest
Okay.
thing ever, but like after
So-
the years, they've started to wear on me.
They have the 3400 in them, but the 3400 isn't terrible.
No.
I like Aztecs. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't lie either.
And they came in the best color ever, yellow.
Yeah,
I can lie a little.
both the
I can lie a little.
Aztek and the Xterra's yellow were awesome.
Yeah.
I would also say the FJ's yellow was awesome, but
and Jeeps.
they had a really nice yellow.
Just-
FJ also had a really cool blue, but it's not my kind of blue, but it was a cool blue.
Like the grabber blue?
Yeah,
Like
that
light blue?
Bright blue. Yeah. I liked the color. I just wouldn't drive it.
I was
Like,
definitely
wouldn't
gonna
personally
paint
like it.
when I had my Mustang, I was gonna paint it grabber blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite FJ color was that forest green. The trail teams like that forest green.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have loved to have mine be like forest green. I'm starting to come around now to the maroon, kind of liking that, but yeah, forest green was way better.
My favorite third gen 4Runner color was silver on silver, or the desert dune or whatever on silver.
Yeah.
And
Desert dude.
I had that, and then my dumbass painted the second silver black.
That's what you got.
Wasn't it wearing
ruined it,
off, though?
man.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was starting to look like hell.
And it was one of those weird colors you can't find for a spray can.
Yeah, I couldn't find it in the spray can. Just gonna see if I can find like the whole setup on eBay.
Oh, by the way, while you're looking at that, the 2-burner portable propane carrying cooking stove that you guys got, I'm interested to see how that works out on it with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That clamshell, I was looking at clamshell styles with that for portability.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I am really interested to see how that works cooking.
Yeah.
I think mine's 22,000 BTU, but it's way bigger of a footprint. So, I mean, I don't think I'll switch out of my Coleman. I think I have a Coleman. I think it's called a Cascade, like 220 or something like that, because it's 22,000 BTU each, or 20,000 BTU each burner.
Yeah.
Because some of these stoves, you got to watch it, because like some of these stoves have like a higher BTU burner and a smaller BTU burner.
Right.
But mine's got, they're both the same, and it's been a fantastic stove with variable like burner intensity.
Yep.
It's pretty touchy, and it's the closest thing I've come to a real stove while camping. So, because originally I was gonna go to the clamshell style jet boil.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we were going to do, but it's so expensive for what you get.
It really is.
And
it's very expensive.
It's got so many limitations.
Yeah.
No, Gavin, I am sending you right now a link to the stove that you need.
Okay. I guess I gotta take a look at it.
It's a 4-burner outdoor cook
that's
stove.
Those are kind of cool.
For the price, you can't beat it.
No.
You just lose portability.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if they had a top on it that went right over where that metal part is on the back, that made it into like a case, that really, it'd be kind of cool to have, but
they also have a 2-burner.
Make that into like a folding table. I could make that into a nice folding table.
Right.
Have use the top of it as like a cutting board.
Oh, don't worry. I got more weird stuff I found looking. I found outdoor cooking or outdoor ovens.
Yeah.
Oh, so Coleman has an outdoor oven that can be completely taken apart, I think. Let me look this up here.
I'm about to send it to you.
But I've seen people make actual like good food on that, like good looking food.
So the Coleman oven has to be put on a burner. I sent you 2 different versions. One is the Coleman one, and one is a standalone.
Yeah, the portable. I thought about doing that portable oven, but I don't cook enough in an oven anyway. But on Amazon, it's only $57, and it's like, if I cooked like muffins, if I wanted to bake bread or something, that would be just a crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
If I could take a whole thing of Stouffer's lasagna that you put in the oven, those big bricks of Stouffer's lasagna, and I could make that in camp and then feed the family.
Yeah,
that's cheating.
I think that I'm going to be investing in one of the Blackstone air fryers so we can air fry like French fries at the campsite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is some good to that, I have to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind this pop-up portable oven because Alan's monkey bread he tried making at a campfire was okay, but it was not the best.
I remember that.
Yeah, the price on that, I mean, that portable camping oven, well, shoot, from Coleman, it's even cheaper. Oh, wait, what was I saying before? Because this is $59.99 on Coleman.
I think that's what you were saying
on eBay,
before.
It's more.
Yeah, sometimes and there's more than just that
88.
one eBay listing. That's just the one I sent you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, let's see what they got, the Cascade collection. Good. I haven't been to Coleman in a while, their website, because Coleman's really fell off as being like the America's brand,
Okay, so you can get the Coleman camp stove for as cheap as $20 on eBay.
Yeah. So, okay, so the Cascade 2, it's the 222 is what I have, the Cascade 222. And that is 22,000 BTUs, I'm sorry. But I had a gift card. It was like $70 off from REI.
Yeah.
So it only made that stove like, I think it only picked it up for like $110. So great stove. If you're looking for a nice compact new version of Coleman's stoves with like really good variable temps, Cascade 222 is the good upgrade of that.
Man, I'm still hung up on the Gerber stuff. I'm looking at pictures of the ComplEAT or whatever they call it. ComplEAT.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that.
I'm looking at reviews, and dude, this thing is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
like
hear 'em.
it's good. I'm not reading reviews. I'm looking at pictures people took.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like you got like people are saying all sorts of cool stuff. I'm like, let's
Well,
hear it,
I
man. I
mean-
want to see what they say.
Here we go. 5-star.
Yeah, let's.
I wish I could give it 4-star. I'm sorry. I wish I could give it 4.5 out of 5. All the items are great, heavy duty cookware. They could totally be used in your home or home kitchen. As this guy has very bad grammar. They are not lightweight by any measure, but I appreciate that they are sturdy. The only thing that doesn't give it a perfect score is the carry bag. It's a bit thin. Banging around in my canoe bag is hard on it. I can make a new one, but that isn't a huge deal.
Yeah, and the thing that I want it for is that it's completely collapsible into each other.
Mhm.
So could give a hoot less about the carrying bag because it's all going to
Yeah.
go into a drawer.
And all the
But
poor reviews I see talk about the carrying bag.
Yeah. Most products carry
Perfect.
bags are horrible to begin with, so that's why most people ditch them.
Yep.
I was going to say I don't think even with my my cheapos like the GSI Walmart cook stove sets that I have, I've never really used the camp bags. Maybe to just keep everything together, but it wasn't for carrying.
All,
That's
Right.
for sure. Like,
Although the 2-burner bag is actually pretty nice.
It is. It is
the
pretty
two
nice.
burner
Yeah,
bag.
the
His
grill top.
clamshell.
clamshell
Oh, okay.
has a pretty nice
Yeah.
bag for it.
Man, if I don't have to work this weekend, maybe I'll come by and maybe we can have like a little cookout.
Dude, just come camp with us.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying though, is I don't know out of work if I'm going to be able to. I don't want to. I don't want to. The thing is if I work, I don't want to go out to camp because then I just like feel crappy. Like I'm already tired. I don't want to go and do something that I enjoy doing after I'm already tired and grumpy from. Yeah, I'm being a baby about it, but like I'm already like my work puts me in a bad enough mood. I don't want to leave and be like too tired to talk to my friends and like have my attention span, maybe. I don't know how to say it. My people meter.
Yeah.
My people meter's already gone. So like I don't want to come out there and be like, I don't even want to talk to you guys. Like I'd go straight into my tent, go to bed. Like, you know what I mean? Like I could only put up with so much per day, so I'm at that point usually by the time I get out of work, which is why you guys don't see me a lot Fridays, other than the fact that I actually the times that I do have available, you guys are doing something crazy. You're not around.
We never do anything crazy.
Yeah, you guys are like doing like crazy like cutting or like crazy suspension stuff that the kid is not gonna just like bringing the kid and stuff is just be like pain in the butt.
Oh,
Why? Him and Sienna could just come up and hang out with Kaylin and Jackson.
yeah.
Well, Sienna wants to be out there.
I
She
bet
doesn't-
she'd be
like,
okay.
She wants to be out with me.
I bet she'd be okay hanging out with Kaylin.
Sienna doesn't like being a mom.
I
Like,
bet
not
she'd
in a bad way.
I bet she'd
I said
enjoy it.
She probably would, but like what I don't mean that like in a bad way. So let me say this again. She doesn't not like being a mom, but she doesn't like if she's coming out to hang out, like if we're going camping or something like that. She doesn't want to like play the matron role because she's had to do that like her entire life. Like she wants to go out. Like typically when we're going out and doing stuff, she's doing something with me. So like if I'm working on my electrical, she's not out like playing with the kids. She's out here helping me with my electrical. Like she's like that. Like she'd rather be a part of what's going on than be I don't know how to explain it.
Now that springtime is coming, we'll be working up at. Did you see that?
I did not see anything.
Okay.
Explain.
There was a weird orb that just floated behind my head in the camera.
Oh.
I wish we were recording video so I could show it to people.
Probably just a bug.
It was a big orb. But now that springtime is coming, we're going to be working out by the fire pit again.
Yep.
Gavin's muted.
You two are bad.
Sorry, I'm sitting here talking about the orb. I'm like, man, it's like, that was a big orb, dude. Yeah. I was muted the whole time. I was trying to tell you, yes.
Like that thing
I
was
saw
big?
the orb. It was big. Yeah, and it wasn't moving fast like a bug, man. That
No,
was
it was like
ghost.
this big, Mark.
Okay,
Like,
take
it
your
was
It
word
was a
for
big
it.
ghost. There was a fat old farmer that was living there before you guys. Tell you what.
I mean, there was, but he's not dead, and he's the one that built it.
That's even worse. Because that means there's someone else around.
Oh, that right there?
Oh, there.
That was a little one.
That looked like a bug.
That was a little one. But it went right in
was a
front of my
big one.
face, and it was not a bug.
Yeah, it was way bigger than that, though, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was
the first one was like this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
so
was the size of a plate.
ghosts and stuff. All right, let's change the topic.
Did I tell you guys my scary ghost story
Might have.
No.
from like a couple weeks ago?
No.
You guys want to do some ghost stories?
Sure. We got 10 minutes.
Alex is like, I'd rather not. So a couple weeks ago, I'm laying down. I lay on my side typically when I sleep, and I'm laying on my right side, facing away from my wall. And I wake up, and for some reason I just wake up. And like I'm not like, there's no reason. I just kind of like look at my watch. I see it's like 3:01 a.m. I'm like, huh. And then all of a sudden, like on the back of my head, I get like the hair on the back of my head stands up. And like, I don't know how often that happens to you guys, but it never happens to me. I like when your heckles raise, you know what I mean? Like your hair in the back of your neck stands up. You get like the pricklies, like something's going on.
Yeah.
And like to me, that's a reactionary of like, there's something going on that your body senses or that your mind senses that you don't. And like, I'm pretty aware of that mentally. So like when that happened, I'm looking around, but I'm not turning around. I'm just like looking forward. I'm like, it's pitch black in my room. I have a really dark room. It's like dark forest green. So I'm just I have my eyes open and I'm trying to just like sense what's going on because it's a really uneasy feeling all of a sudden. And so like, I'm not usually like a sensitive paranormal guy or nothing like that. But like, I've had some experiences, but the feeling that I was getting in the back of my neck, the only way that I can explain it to people is if you had like a fine-tooth comb and you were to poke the fine-tooth comb on the back of your head and the back of your neck and poke it, not drag it, but just poke it.
Okay, Mark, did you see it that time?
It was a bug.
Yeah. You don't know that. You're not
How
there.
is flying around as a bug?
There is no bug.
Orbs do that.
There is no bug.
Orbs do that.
If it was a bug, I would see it.
Exactly.
Sure.
So this fine-tooth comb feeling that I'm having in the back of my head, it goes all the way from the top of my head that's facing away to the bottom of my neck, the base. And I'm like, ugh, dude, I don't like how that feels. Like something's going on. And I keep trying to like close my eyes and go back to bed because I'm like, I'm tired. Like it's nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing there. I'm just like being paranoid. So I close my eyes, and that feeling right before you fall asleep, every single time that I close my eyes and try to fall asleep, the prickles would get bad. Like it'd get worse. So I'd open my eyes and they'd like go down a little bit. Like it would feel lessened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, dude, what the fuck? Like, so this happened like 5 times where like I'm closing my eyes. I'm just like, I'm not turning around, dude. I'm not a pussy. There's nothing behind me. I'm not turning around. Like, so I sit there, and then like the last time, on like the 5th time, I'm closing my eyes like I just saw a bright light. Like I'm clamping them shut, trying to go to sleep. And it went like, the feeling got like horrible, like way severe. And I'm like, all right. Like, so I'm like, fuck it. So I open my eyes back up. I'm staring at the wall. And I'm like, I'm just going to flip around. So I flip around, and I shit you not, in the corner of my room, there is a darker area than everywhere else in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not shaped as like anything. It's not like it's shaped as a person or anything. But it was a darker area of my room.
Mm-hmm.
And as I stared at it, that area got lighter to the same as the rest of my room.
Jesus.
And this happened within like 5 to 10 seconds that I'm staring at it. My eyes were already open, so my pupils were not like dilated or anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I've thought about this a lot because I was like, this is weird. It's the weirdest experience I've had in a while. So I flip over, I see it. Well, you know, this, you know, I would just say like it's a cloud or a fog.
Yeah.
And then it lightens to the actual wall of my room. And now everything is like, it wasn't like opaque. It was still semi-translucent, but like it was a darker area.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden and then that area like dispersed a little bit, and it was all the same. It was all the same. So I'm looking at that, and then I'm like, fuck, what the fuck did I just see? Then I'm like, all right, I just saw something. I'm freaking out a little bit. So I sit up on my bed, and I'm just like thinking through it. I'm like, all right, so this is what I was feeling. What could it be? Like, I'm going into full, like, Ghost Hunters America. Like, I'm debunking. I'm like, it couldn't have been smoke from me vaping. It couldn't have been my eyes dilating, like I said, because my eyes were open before I turned around.
Yep.
So it's not like I was looking at a bright light and then not. So I was like, dude, there's nothing that can explain this. So I'm sitting in there, and and I'm not a bitch, like a baby. Like I'm really not.
Baby,
like
bitch.
Yeah, I know. Like I've put up with a lot. Like I used to live in a tent out in like a wooded area for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've heard a lot of creepy stuff, and like, so I got some good experience. And the feeling that I had was so freaking eerie that I woke Sienna up next to me and was like, hey, do you feel something? And I'm waking my wife up at 3 a.m. So she's like, no, leave me alone. But I'm like, no, seriously, I need you to wake up for a second. Like, actually wake up. I said, I just had this creepy shit happen. So I like tell her about it, and she wakes up a little bit more because now she's kind of like, the fuck? Why are you talking to me like this? And I explained to her, I'm like, and it's 3 a.m. I'm like, it's literally witching hour. I was like, what the fuck? And so
you
I'm
live in
like,
Howard City, the place of witches. Well, not Howard City. I'm sorry, Ensley Township, the place of witches.
Yeah. So like, and there are witches on the property that have been on the property, by the way.
Mm.
So, Sienna's great grandmother was a witch. Like, well-known fact of her family that she was a white witch, by the way. But anywho, so I don't know. I was freaked out. I told Sienna, I'm like, do you sense anything? Because that's what I was feeling. I was like sensing it. And she's like, I don't really sense anything. I'm like, okay. I said, maybe it's just me. Like, but tomorrow I am fucking smudging the shit out of this room. So, yeah, the next day I smudged the shit out of the room, opened the windows, tried to push everything out. Haven't had anything happen since. But I'm telling you, that was it was. I didn't say anything to you guys yet because I was gonna try to wait till we did like one of our spooky Halloween times.
Yeah.
When Halloween comes, when we start doing our cryptid talks again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got
It was creepy, dude.
a good creepy one that happened in a cabin at a dam up north. I'll share that on a creepy Halloween one. It's a doozy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
to a point where I almost solved a murder in my sleep kind of doozy. Like, it was fucking wild.
Yeah. Yeah, ever since then, dude, after I smudged my room, so I saw Sienna's, and this is what we've all theorized. So I saw a woman in the back. I was taking a piss. I probably already said this back in our cryptid talk.
I think you did.
Probably.
But I saw a woman walking through the woods.
Yep.
Just to recap a little bit for any new listeners. Long story short, if you want to look at it or listen to it, listen to our previous podcast. But long story short, it ended up being like a ghost, and it ended up being like Sienna's great-grandmother walking through the woods to her old garden.
Yep.
So after that, I was dabbling in some pagan arts. Like, I wasn't like trying to conjure the devil or nothing, but like I was looking into runes, the powers of certain, medicines and plants, and kind of what kind of the foundations of how to do things. And so I did like a cleansing when I felt that, and hadn't had anything happen after that. Hopefully I didn't cleanse her grandmother, because that would have been kind of a dick move. But it was just to the house. Like, I was doing it to the rooms. I was just trying to make sure that, everything was clear, because after that I felt like I was a little bit more receptive to things after. And I didn't, not that I don't want to be, but it just brings in a host of its own problems to like being more receptive to things. So I was just like, we're going to cleanse this stuff and be over with it. So I think I was well overdue to re-cleanse it. I think some bad juju got in the house. Like when Jasper gets sick, I don't know if I think it's a traditional like Hispanic thing, like Latin America. When like somebody gets sick or someone's having a really bad, like, I don't know, go of things, they'll take an egg and they'll rub you down with the egg, and they'll say some kind of prayer or something. And supposedly it's supposed to like pull in that negative energy into the egg. And then they crack it into a glass, and they can kind of see what's going on, like judging by how the egg sits in the water in the glass. It's like really common like thing that I think it's like a traditional Hispanic ritual, but that's so like we've had that happen a couple times. And then like Jasper's been sick all this winter, and so we had Grandma do that to him, and he had all sorts of like evil shit going on there. And it's like no one obviously tries to go after a kid, but as you're going through life and you get that negativity and you go through certain areas, things latch on.
Yeah.
And not necessarily to me, but they can latch on to family. Like, I'm not like, not that I am a super negative person, but I've had a super negative life, so I tend to be more open to like negative things, I think, or like stuff like that. So so that cleansing, suddenly Jasper started getting better. I shit you not, like, kid had RSV. He was having a rough day of it. They rubbed him down to the egg. You know what? Coincidentally, it could have been the end of his sickness, but he started getting better. And it doesn't matter what you believe, but even if it is coincidentally, man, when he got rubbed down to the egg, it took 3 days and 3 eggs to like get like a clean picture, to like get enough out of him to where like what was coming out into the glass wasn't like bad omen type shit. And after that, he started doing better. And even if you don't believe in it and you have a son, like for me, I don't know how I feel about that, like the egg thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I believe in that or if I don't. But after 3 days of doing it and he started to get better, I'll take that coincidence and I'll keep running with it until,
Right.
until it gets better. Because, my kid's been suffering, dude. Oh my God, sick all winter. Making me sick all winter, man. I'm scared to have any eggs rubbed down on me because I'm just going to they're just going to be like dark black or something like that. Just for all the sickness and stuff I've had this winter, man. All the crap I've been through. So, yeah, I mean, it was interesting, man. It was an interesting little issue I had. And then, of course, like I said, Jasper got rubbed down after that. When I smudged the house, Jasper wasn't there. So he could have been carrying something with him. And then that RSV that he had cleared up slightly after that too. So just weird, interesting little coincidences. If any of our listeners are believe in this or even don't believe in this or have heard it of anything that is like kind of close to this, that maybe your heritage or your ancestors did, you should chime in, boost in, leave a comment on whatever platform you're listening on. Let me know what you got. Maybe even tell us your scary story. We'll read it out. That'll be kind of fun.
We should do like Halloween in July or something.
Yeah.
Like we can't just have a Halloween. We can't just have a Halloween episode once a year. We gotta have multiples.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Is there a Friday the 13th coming around anytime soon?
That'll be a good one.
We should go to Dungeon Swamp on that one.
I mean,
we never went.
Kind of down.
We never went, man.
The next one is
I'm down for
June
a ghost
13th is the next Friday the 13th.
I wonder if I'll have that off.
I want this day off.
I won't have that day off.
Why? Do devil shit. No. It would be cool though. Like in October we should do we shouldn't, not like a camp, but we should do like a ghost hunt, like go to an old abandoned property. Not like a property, but like, take some trails, find an, old abandoned place and just go poke around, see what we can hear. Take our lavaliers and our mics, go see if we can catch some EMPs or is it EMP? EMP, electromagnetic pulse?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember.
No.
It's been a while.
It's EM. It's EM.
EMF?
EMF, yes. Good job, buddy. I'm thinking EMPs are electromagnetic pulses. That's like what takes down our power grid.
Electromagnetic frequencies.
I don't know what
EMF,
any of them
you're
are.
right.
And it just shows that you don't watch
Well,
Gross.
EMP, that's why. EMP is why like we should all have Faraday boxes and radios.
No, EMP is what a radio wouldn't work in a Faraday cage.
No, that's why you put radios in the Faraday cage so that when an EMP strikes,
so it still works. Got ya. So that's also why we should all drive old mechanical diesels, because they would still run and operate after an EMP.
Yeah, fuck, what was that, War of the Worlds when the EMP hit? He had to throw a new, a new starter in it? Or a new, he had to do something. It was an older car, and he replaced a starting solenoid or something so that he could drive it. It was like an old wagon or some shit. So older cars are the way.
But
if you know an EMP is going to happen, unhook your battery.
Even better, just go get yourself a mechanical diesel. You don't even have to worry about it. EMP happens, you just put it in first, pop the clutch, and go.
There's going to be a lot of us around Grant driving around in fucking deuces. Because all the muck farms have deuces. We're just going to be stealing the motherfuckers.
No, those would probably get pretty well toasted because they're gassers. So they got spark plugs. No, what you need is a diesel. It ain't got nothing.
I didn't know that they were gas.
Oh,
I thought maybe they were diesel.
The one in my yard that came from a muck field's a gasser.
Yeah.
That's not in your yard anymore, is it?
Oh, it still is.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I
It
still
moved
have
from
a
where
Deuce.
it was.
So it's yours now.
Is it the
So
cell?
it's yours now.
Is the cell?
I just want it gone. At this point, I don't care if it's Cody or if someone wants to come pick up the Deuce, come get the Deuce. I just want the thing gone.
I don't think I could hook it up behind my truck and have it make it. I don't think there's enough power steering in my arms for that.
Oh, you'd be fine steering.
It's just
Yeah, stopping would be the issue.
There's
I
no
don't know about
brakes.
stopping. Well, we could stop, but it'd take a lot of fuel to get to your spot.
Yeah.
So, Mark, I just need you to go in I need you to get like a 30,000 pound tow strap and drive behind it. So when I want to stop, you just hit the brakes.
Well, no, because it drives. It just doesn't stop. So you just need someone being towed by it to work as your brakes.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Mark. No, I don't want. I mean, I wanted one when I was younger, but for the shit that I do now, doesn't make sense. It's like a Humvee. Like they were better when you were a kid. You didn't know all the mechanics of it.
Yeah. But we are now over an hour, and I think this is a good spot to call it because it's really late.
Yes.
Yeah, and my kid's
I
crying.
need to make dinner.
Yeah, I hear that. So we will catch you guys later. I hope you enjoyed our bullshit episode.
Catch you on the flip side.
Yeah. Later.
Yeah.